Vicky, Tammy, Celine, Anna, hello, good morning. Sorry about that. Okay, I'll still have to have my phone nearby, it looks like. But I can see your comments here, so it will kind of give me a little notification. So hi, how are you guys? This is me trying out live and being completely old about the technology. To be perfectly honest, this whole live thing scares the poop out of me, so yeah, there's that whole aspect to it too. But I'm here, you're here. If you have any questions, if you have any worksheets that you need me to look at, anything like that, that's why I'm here. I've been really busy trying to work on the back end of the website and all of the stuff, so I haven't really been in the group all that much, and I know there's like hundreds of posts asking for stuff, so I wanted to be available. Hundreds of posts every day, so I wanted to be available a little bit. All right, so from Tammy, thank you. Thank you for doing that. Do you have to use pockets, or can you just use the inserts placed in the diaper in order to reuse the diaper, unless it's wet, of course? Yeah, so let's do that. Let me grab a pocket. So I have like tons of crap there, just thrown into a basket. It looks like laundry day, but so here's a pocket diaper. And normally, you know, you would put your insert inside, but she's asking if you can just lay it on top like this. That's a stained one. I need to sun that, which would be a nice video. If you can just lay it on top and use it like that, and then reuse the cover like you would a diaper cover. Now, a diaper cover can be reused easily because it has no lining. It's just, it can be wiped off. So, couple of things. If baby wets and it's completely dry underneath, it would be odd that it would be dry underneath, but if it is completely dry and clean underneath, then fill your boots, of course. It's unlikely though. Usually when they wet, it's going to go all the way through, or it will be around the elastics or something. Here's a cloth diaper cover. You can see normally it's just the kind of the PUL around the side, whereas a pocket diaper will normally have the lining all the way around the side. You don't want to, if the lining gets wet, you definitely don't want to keep putting it on your baby, because as the heat and time goes, you'll get more and more bacteria, and that will give you a rash around the legs or wherever it's wet. Another thing just to consider is, you know, a lot of pockets come with microfiber. Microfiber can't go against the skin, so just like a diaper cover, anything like that, just make sure you're putting a barrier in between. So yes, in theory, does it work out very well? Usually not. Usually they end up getting wet anyway. I hope that answered that question. Okay, do you have to bleach your diapers after using RLR? Absolutely not. So bleach is for sanitizing. You would want to bleach when you get used diapers. You would want to bleach if your baby has some sort of infection-based rash, like yeast or anything like that. That's what bleach is for. It's for getting the harmful bacteria out that would cause an infection, or, you know, viruses, that type of thing. RLR has a completely different purpose. RLR is to strip either products that you've been using that have been kind of building up, or minerals. It's very rare to have mineral buildup in a diaper. I know everyone kind of talks about it and it's all over the blogs and stuff, but it's pretty rare. But that's what you would use to get rid of the mineral buildup. If you have iron or something, RLR would be great as well. If you guys are having trouble hearing me, let me know. I know it's kind of echoey. I don't have a good place for sound right now, which is why I kind of paused on the videos for a while. I'm trying to figure out the whole sound thing. So I apologize for the crappy audio, but doing what we can, right? So do you have to bleach your diapers after using RLR? Absolutely not. You only need to bleach for sanitation purposes. RLR would be a completely separate thing. Normally you do both when you have used diapers, just because you don't know how they wash their diapers, if they did it properly or not. That's the reason why you would use both at that time. Okay, if my washer is 3.2 cubic feet and the worksheet says small, medium, large load sizes, the small is multiplied by 1, medium multiplied by 2, and large multiplied by 3. If my washer has an extra large option, can I multiply it by 4? That's a really good question. That's a really good question. I'd have to know. I don't know how to answer that one because I'd have to know a little bit more about your washer, and I would want to maybe check the manual and see what the manual says is their largest capacity. I would assume that their manual would say yes, that would be even larger than that, so multiply by 4. According to the worksheet, my washer goes to 9.6 pounds of laundry for a large load. So could that bring that up to 12 point? I'd want to, sorry, I'm not going to be very helpful there. I'd want to know more about your washing machine. In theory, yes, probably the machine manual is going to tell you yes. Try it maybe and see how the water level looks. You want lots of water in there. So if the water level looks very low, and generally when you're following the worksheet, you'll have extra water in there. Everyone is always like, oh, do I need to bulk? But no, you don't need to bulk. So have a look. Maybe send me a DM just with your washer info because I can't answer it properly right now. Send me a DM on the page with your washer info, and I'll see if I can help you more in depth there because I don't really have a good answer right now. I was using 7th generation detergent and now I'm switching to Tide Free and Clear. The label is super weird though about load sizes, line 1. Yeah, that's okay. That's the way Tide does it. And Tide is actually the standard that I used to build the whole worksheet. So you don't have to worry. It's line 1 for small, line 3 for medium, and line 5 for large. Don't worry about that. If it's Tide, that's what it is. Unless there are a few like new Tides that are like ultra super power Tide, blah, 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 and they have like completely different measurements. That's aside, but most Tide products are 1, 3, and 5 for small, medium, large. You're welcome. Why can't microfiber go against baby skin? All right. So it has to do with how it's built. So microfiber is a synthetic fabric. It's made up of plastic fibers that are, a lot smaller than human hair. And whereas a normal fabric is kind of woven together like a basket, microfiber is those tiny, tiny microfibers stacked up like this. So they're kind of looped around and stacked up like this. So that's the reason why they absorb so quickly, is because the water goes in between the spaces of the fibers versus getting slowly absorbed into the weave of the fabric. So it's that makes it so fast absorbing. The problem is it's so good at drawing moisture in that it will dry your baby's skin out. It can lead to just irritation. It's not the same as getting like a yeast rash or a moisture rash or anything like that. It's just irritating and like it'll dry the skin out. It's not pleasant. If you take a microfiber cloth or whatever and kind of wrap it around your hand and just kind of leave it there for a while, you'll notice you'll start to get like irritated and itchy and bleh. It's not good. It takes the moisture out of your skin. What about diaper rash cream? Oh, good. You can hear me perfectly. Thank you. What about diaper rash cream? So I've been kind of testing diaper rash creams out. I don't know if probably not everyone has seen the first video where I took some natural cotton Prefolds and I layered diaper creams on and washed them 2 dozen times just to see how they would react. On cotton inserts, the results were kind of interesting. So normally, for the longest time, everyone's been saying there are 2 things to avoid with a diaper cream: Vaseline and zinc. And because they'll both cause repelling. Makes sense. Both are really hard to wash out and yada, yada, yada. Lately, people have been saying, oh, zinc is fine. You just have to like scrub the stains out. You'll be fine. So I wanted to find out, okay, which one is true? Because we're completely changing our opinion here and there's no reason for it. It's just everything cloth diaper is just opinion, right? So I wanted to test it out, so I did that. I took the Prefolds and I slathered Desitin and Vaseline on them and washed them a bunch of times, along with a few cloth diaper friendly creams. So I did that. On the cotton, Vaseline had no issues whatsoever. Zinc had a little bit of a slowing down, but nothing major, I'd say. It was pretty good. One of the cloth friendly diaper creams had a problem. So I'm taking that, and I can post a link to the video after all is said and done in the comments and whatnot. So after all was said and done, I was like, okay, let's see if we can isolate what was causing the problem in the cloth-friendly diaper cream, and also take a look at the Vaseline and the zinc on synthetics, because a lot of people have been saying it's more of an issue, and I'm definitely seeing a lot more staining on synthetic fabrics. So let's take a look at synthetics. I will have that for you soon, but it has been slowed down by the whole video issue and trying to work out the audio on that. So that's why there's kind of a delay, but I am working on it. If you want to be fairly safe, just if you're using pocket diapers, especially synthetic fabrics, steer clear of Vaseline and zinc, but if you're using all natural inserts, use whatever. Basically, that's what my research is telling me so far, but the jury's still out. All right. What is the truth about cloth diapering and vaccines? Yeah, my personal philosophy is if I don't have a 100% solid answer, I'm not going to answer it. And I do need to talk to a doctor about that, because I've seen both. Personally, I can tell you my own self, I never had a problem with it. It never caused me any issues. My daughter's had all her vaccines and there was never a problem with her cloth diapers. But that's anecdotal. I don't want to tell you anything like that. A lot of people, when their baby gets the, I'm going to pronounce it wrong, rotavirus vaccine, some doctors kind of sound the alarm, oh, watch how you handle it, the poop and everything, because it could have bacteria or viruses or what have you. I've also heard that these viruses are dead, so they would cause no problems. I don't really know. The jury's still out, but I do have it on my list to speak to some healthcare professionals and get you a solid answer on that, because I haven't been able to find anything online yet. Can I soak my diapers in Oxiclean overnight? If you want to, it's not really going to help anything. Oxiclean is not that awesome for staining on diapers, and it doesn't do anything cleaning-wise. Go for it if you want to. What if it has a stay dry cover? Okay, so what if it has a stay dry cover? Are you talking about the microfiber? If you're talking about placing microfiber against the skin, if it has a cover on the outside, it's totally fine. As long as it's covered by anything. You can even put like a fleece liner, as long as it covers all the way around. Is a washer with agitator necessary? Nope. I hate my washer anyway, but I've been looking up other methods to wash. No, agitator is totally fine. I don't have an agitator and I've never had a problem. Yeah, no, it's totally fine. Some people put in the little agitator balls. Do that if you're worried about it. Yeah, someone else is saying, and I don't know who. To look here. Refresh. I wish it gave me names. I gotta figure that out. I don't want to hear myself. Katie said. Katie said that. Katie has a no agitator washer and it does just fine. The microfiber, yeah. So if there's anything on top, you don't have to worry about it. It's literally just that drying effect where if it's laying against the skin, then it dries out the skin, irritation, that kind of thing. I have a bamboo flat that has a small mold stain from taking too long to hang to dry. I've washed it multiple times by itself, but I'm afraid to use it. I don't have a washer or dryer. What would you do? Do a bleach soak, just like you would a used diaper, and it's really just to kill off that mold. Yeah, wash it after, get the bleach smell out, then hang it up to dry in the sun. That usually takes the stain out because there will still be a stain left over, and that should be fine. It should kill the mold. What are your recommendations about putting cloth diapers in the dryer? Do they really need to hang to dry? No, there's a whole article about that on the website. You can put your cloth diaper. I live in Canada. If I couldn't put my cloth diapers in the dryer, I wouldn't cloth diaper because they'd be frozen all the time. No, dryer is totally fine. Just watch the heat setting because it's the PUL, the snaps, the Velcro, all that kind of stuff. Synthetic fibers, all that kind of stuff is very sensitive to heat. So don't put it on, there's like sanitized cycles and the super hot, the hottest setting of your dryer. Don't put it on that because it's really, really hot and it can melt stuff and warp stuff, so don't do that. But medium or lower, you're totally fine. Hi! Again, people are saying hi. I can't see your name here, and if I go on my phone, then it starts playing the audio of me, so I can't really see names right now. But hello, everyone, and thank you for joining. There's 35 people here. That's blowing my mind. Blowing my mind. Okay. I was given a ton of microfiber inserts. What can I pair with them so they don't leak? Yeah, so going back to the microfiber, how it's made, they're really good at pulling that moisture in because it can go right into the spaces between the fibers. But as soon as when it's soaking the water in, right, it's soaking it really fast. But as soon as you squeeze, then there's no space anymore. So the water comes flooding out. So that's why they're so prone to leaks. You just need something that can hold water well. So a natural fiber like cotton, bamboo, hemp are going to be your absolute best. There's a cheat sheet in the files of the group that looks like this. Then it shows you how fast it can absorb and how much it can hold. So microfiber can absorb really fast, but it can't hold very much. Bamboo charcoal, which is usually microfiber wrapped in fleece. Again, that fleece will give you a little bit more protection, but not much. And then you get into cotton, bamboo, hemp. Layer them in this order, just like you see here, because you want to layer them from fastest to slowest absorbing, but also holds the least to holds the most. So hemp holds more than bamboo, hemp holds more than cotton. You can, just like that there, you want to aim for cotton, bamboo, or hemp to pair with microfiber to give it that holding power. Okay. Whew. I'm going to have sore jaws. What do I do for detergent buildup? I have extremely soft water, and the last 2 washes I did 6 extra rinse cycles, and there's still suds. Yeah, it's such a pain. People are so worried about washing cloth diapers in hard water, but it's really the thing you have to worry about is the soft water. That's what gets you every time. So you got to rinse it out. It's a pain in the butt and it sucks, but you got to just keep rinsing. Some people do it under the tap because it goes a little bit faster. Some people just want to keep going in their washing machine, just running cycle after cycle. You just got to rinse it out, get it all out, and then get yourself a proper routine that adjusts for your water and adjusts for the size of the cloth diaper load you're washing and adjusts for the size of your washing machine. You got to measure it out properly, especially when you have soft water, because that's where the problems come. Sorry you're going through that. So many people go through that. You're not alone at all. Yeah, and it could take a while to rinse it out. The record I've seen so far, it's still holding strong, is 14 rinses to get all the suds out. It's a pain in the butt. My Thirsties hemp liners get blue spots on them after my son wears them. Do you know what this is? They wash fine, but I was like, what's this? Blue spots. That is interesting. I have no idea what would cause that. Maybe something from his clothing or something he's eating. I really don't know what the blue spots would be from wearing. From washing, it might come from, other stuff you have in the washing machine. But yeah, I have no idea. Sorry. Maybe post a picture in the group and we can all, chime in and see if somebody's seen it before. I just received a secondhand pocket diaper that smells like pee. She did not say that it smelled like that when I bought it. What do I do? Well, thankfully, you're going to, as soon as you get a used diaper, you're going to have to sanitize it, and you're going to, by the sounds of it, also want to strip it because clearly she wasn't washing it properly. So you're going to do a bleach soak to sanitize it, make sure there's no germs or anything like that. Hi, Sticky dog. And then after that, I would do a strip too, just to make sure, because it sounds like it probably wasn't washed properly. It happens. It'll come out. Don't worry about it. Once you go through the normal process for used, it'll be fine. Hi, April. This is amazing. So happy you are here. Oh, thank you. I don't know your name. Sorry. It's not showing me names. I'm going to figure it out next time. I'll get into this software. As you can see, I'm using like Ecamm Live. It's like this thing. I'm on the trial. That's why you can see it just to see if it works. I'll try and figure out the name thing. But thank you. Thanks for watching. Does putting two microfiber inserts in a pocket diaper work, or is that kind of pointless? It works. It's totally fine. Just make sure it's probably not going to be a problem. But when you're stuffing a pocket diaper, I'll just take a bamboo and a microfiber right now. So you're stuffing your pocket diaper like so. And I could have picked a better one. This is not the greatest pocket diaper, but all right. I kind of stuffed it weird, but you can see. So just make sure that it's not too thick this way. Microfiber, for the amount of absorbency you're getting, it's very thick. So just be careful about here, because when you're, how do I illustrate this? When you're closing it around baby, you need those elastics to really sit in the crease, and if it's too thick, sometimes it can push the elastic out of the crease. So just make sure when you're stuffing it that it's not too thick. You'll know when you put it on if you can get a nice tight firm fit around the leg or not. Just watch for that. But otherwise, yeah, go fill your boots. 2 microfiber and cotton, 2 stuff whatever you need to stuff in there. Don't worry about putting lots of insert. Aside from that one issue, don't worry about putting lots of inserts in. You use what you need to. Your baby is going to tell you how much you need. Any suggestions for how to fold flat diapers for nighttime use? Really just whatever works for you. There's so many folds, and they're all so complicated and crazy. I was pretty lazy when it came to it all. I would normally just do like pad folding with the slight like angel fold with the pins. But however fancy you want to get with your folds, just get it on there. For nighttime, you're probably going to need extra absorbency in there. So get yourself some, either, put another pre-fold in there, or get yourself some hemp and bamboo inserts. I would pin it on to make it more like a fitted diaper, because you really want to stuff it and make sure you have enough absorbency in there. And when you pin it on, it kind of brings the absorbency all the way around. It holds better overnight. So something that would be what I would say then. That's my answer. Something that would distribute the absorbency all the way around. So you're pinning it on them or snapping it. Any suggestions for overnight diapering? Mine always leaks, so I put a disposable diaper and then a hemp insert inside a cloth simple being diaper. So you have a very heavy water. Okay, so let me dig in my, it's a hot mess. Like, I'm not even kidding. It's a hot mess of crazy in here. So let me dig and see what I have for you. I might not find anything in here. Hold that thought, guys. All right, I can't find everything in here, but I have 3 diapers that I normally recommend for nighttime, and I can't find anything. Oh, you know what? Maybe it's back here. Ha-ha! I found them. Get rid of a bunch of stuff when I stopped cloth diapering, so I thought new. Okay, so this one is my top recommendation. This is a Colable. This is their hemp fitted. So this is the one that I normally recommend on the website, because this is gonna hold a lot. So this is a fitted diaper. So it has all the extra absorbency in there. It's hemp and I believe a little bit of cotton. Maybe it says right here, 55% hemp and 45% cotton. You're going to put this on, and then you're going to put a cloth diaper cover over it. If you have a heavy wetter, which it sounds like you do, you might want to start looking into wool covers, because that's going to be your, like, this is the bulletproof nighttime cloth diaper. Nothing's getting through this. A hemp fitted with wool over it. When you get into wool, you have to lanolize it and that whole thing. The nice thing about wool is it doesn't have to be washed all the time. It's kind of like a cloth diaper cover, in that you can just kind of dry it out and reuse it unless it's soiled. So there's that. That's the like highest absorbency, nothing's getting through that diaper. It's the bulletproof nighttime diaper. Lower than that, the hem fitted under a cloth, PUL cloth diaper cover is great. If you can get a dimple diaper, a dimple fitted diaper, those are excellent, but they're not really made by many anymore. Grovia 1 diaper is not so great for heavy wetters, so if you have a super heavy wetter, don't go for this. But for average babies, this will hold up for nighttime. Grovia 1 diaper, that's the kind of like all-in-one diaper that you can use for nighttime if you're really into pockets and all-in-ones and that type of style of diaper. If you're kind of stuck, you don't want to buy a bunch of stuff right now, if you go on the website and search for overnight diapers, I do have I'll post it in the comments after too. I'll try to remember all the things I said I'm going to post. I do have a hack that you can do. So taking Prefold diapers and pinning them together and using extra absorbency, putting that on to kind of make a makeshift fitted diaper and putting that under a cover, that normally can do in a pinch if you need something. Yeah, the name of the game is absorbency. You need lots of absorbency overnight just to hold it all in and grab it. You're not going to use microfiber at night. Just don't even think of that. I hope that answered the question. Sorry for all the digging. Would pod packs of detergent be okay, or should it only be liquid or powder? Pods are fine, but they're pricey because every pod is one line of detergent. So if you're doing, if you have hard water and you're doing a large load of, well, you wouldn't do a large load really. But if you have very hard water and you have to use like 4 of them, you're using 4 pods for every load of diapers. That can get real expensive real quick. Sorry, just let me read here. For some reason, I'm having a hard time finding recommended flats other than FST and haven't had flour sack towels, FSTs, and haven't had much luck shopping around for them. Are there good hemp flats around somewhere? A lot of brands are discontinuing them. They're just not, they haven't been selling that well, although I feel, just my gut feeling from the group and the way people have been talking, I feel like they're coming back, but a lot of brands did discontinue them. All this stuff over here is stuff that I want to make videos on, so that's why it's all like packaging, so I'm just destroying my videos right now. So Geffen Baby has some really nice flats. There would be that. The admins in this group are amazing. They are all into stretchy flats. I don't know much about stretchy flats, so I'll defer to them. Maybe you can ask a question in the group to them about stretchy flats and that whole thing. They have the lead on the awesome ones of those. But in general, they've been discontinued a lot, so it is harder to find. But if you search for them, Geffen Baby, look for stretchy flats in the group, those kind of things, you'll find some. People know where to get them. The group is pretty awesome for that kind of stuff. As far as which ones are recommended, Geffen are good, and yeah, ask the admin. Sorry. Is the first rinse and spin using cold water? Yep, that's totally fine. Doesn't need to be hot. Some people want to do a whole cycle. You can if you want. What, baby? It's up to you. But really, the only purpose of the first rinse and spin is to get the majority of the urine out and any like feces that's left behind that didn't get sprayed off or whatnot. Or if you're EBF, to get the poop off. You're just trying to rinse out the really gross stuff so that your detergent can come and lift what's left off of the diapers. That's the only reason for the first rinse and spin. So if it's cold, that's perfectly fine. You're still rinsing stuff away. Can you go a quick rundown of the proper way to wash them? Sure, if I can get all the details. So there's an article on the website and a worksheet there to help you go through to build a wash routine that fits your needs. So the wash routine is going to be different for everybody based on your water type, how many diapers you're washing, how large your washing machine is, and what detergent you're using. All of those factors have to be considered when you're building a wash routine, or else it's kind of just a shot in the dark and I can tell you anything and it's going to be as useful as telling you something completely different. In general, if you have very soft water, you're going to do a rinse and spin. hot and heavy wash, and then another rinse and spin, and then dry. If you have very hard water, you're going to do a rinse and spin, a hot and heavy wash, and just dry. You don't have to do that extra spin that extra rinse. And the logic behind that is your water has a lot of minerals that you don't want deposited on the fabric. So having an extra rinse would just kind of put those minerals on the diaper. So you kind of leave it at the wash and hope that the water got all of the detergent off. So that's the general gist. As for how much detergent, etc., that all depends on your load size, your washing machine, all of that stuff, your detergent. So if you get used diapers, I do a bleach soak and an RLR strip. You definitely have to do a bleach soak, 100%, because you don't know what that baby had. And not to say anything about whatever, but you don't know what that baby had, and you don't know what's been on the diaper since then. So you want to do a bleach soak, make sure they're sanitary, all that stuff. RLR, you can or you cannot. It depends on how the diapers look. Are they dingy? Are they smelly? Do you these probably weren't washed all that well? If you have those kind of feelings, then yes, do an RLL soak. But if they're bright and fresh and clean and they look brand new, then you don't have to. Just do the sanitation. I love the fill your boots. I've never heard that before. I think it's a Newfie saying. I'm not Newfoundlander at all, but I'm Canadian. So, and my sister was at one time married to a Newfoundlander, so I think that's where it came from, must be. But I like that saying. Fill your boots, go for it. Wow, I've been talking there's more. Okay, let me take a sip of coffee. I love this, by the way, it's super fun. I hope I'm not going too fast. If people need more explanation or whatnot, just let me know. Good morning. I'm new to cloth and having twins in May. Yay, congratulations. I'm trying to learn everything, but there are so many options, it's overwhelming. I think they will be little, so should I wait until they are bigger, and what will be the best option? Also, will normal clothes still fit with all these layers? Yeah. They will be tiny, I'm assuming. So one size, there's the newborn hack and whatever, but for an even smaller baby, like with twins, I doubt that would work well enough. So if you want to start with cloth diapers right away, you totally can. Just go with a newborn or even a preemie diaper. They will last you a little while, especially with a smaller baby. So it will be an okay investment. You will need quite a few of them because you're having twins, and starting at the beginning, they're wetting every hour and a half, 2 hours. So you're changing a lot. You'd be washing a lot. If these are your first babies, and if you're not planning on having other babies down the road, maybe just do disposables. That's my take. But if you've had a lot of brothers and sisters that you've helped look after, you have a lot of experience with babies, and you're planning on having more babies, you might want to do newborn preemie. They'll be worth the investment for sure. They'll save you lots of money. It's how you feel about the whole situation, because that's a lot of baby diapers. Yeah, and a lot of work for twins if it's your first. I can't even imagine. Yeah, so the one size won't probably fit until a few months down the road. So you're talking, my guess is they're going to be pretty small. You're talking at least 3-4 months down the road before those one sizes fit. Okay. Hope that helps. Depending on the brand too. Going with newborn, something just clicked. If you are planning on doing newborn diapers, I really suggest going with newborn prefolds, prefolds and a few newborn covers, because not only are they super cheap and inexpensive, because you're with prefolds, and I know cloth diaper covers seem more expensive than pocket diapers, but the cloth diaper cover, when you're using prefolds or what have you, prefold, these cost $1 or $2 a piece. This costs more than a pocket diaper, yes. But at every diaper change, you're just putting in a new prefold, and then they get wet. You throw that away. Not throw it away, but put it in your laundry. Wipe this off, wipe it clean, because unless it's soiled, it's plastic, so it can be wiped clean, and then put a new prefold on. So every diaper change is really only costing you, you're reusing, so it's not costing you that every time, but these only cost $2 or $3 a piece versus the pocket diaper where you're changing the whole $5, $10 thing every single time. So pocket diapers seem like they're the cheapest option, but they're really not. So to go back to newborns, I really recommend this is not a newborn prefold, but newborn prefolds if you're doing newborn diapers, just because they're like this big normally. They work really great as additional inserts later on. So those newborn prefolds you're going to use from the time baby is born until the time they're potty training, because they're just excellent inserts as well. So they're a really good investment that way, and they're not too expensive. So that's my suggestion if you're going the newborn route. Going with newborn workhorse, this is what made me think of it. Newborn workhorse, I have 20 so far. Plan on using them night and day. Does that make sense, or would I need something different? Figured I'd change them every 2 hours regardless. You'll get really good at feeling when they're wet. Usually a stiff diaper is a wet diaper, so you'll kind of get used to the feeling. You won't have to change every 2 hours regardless. Just get a feel for it and then change when they're wet. But when they're newborns, they're wetting a lot. You have 20 so far. If you want to wash every day, that's perfectly fine. You might want a few more. For night and day, that's fine with a newborn because you're going to be changing them so often. They're not going to soak through like that. You only have to worry about, nighttime heavy soaking when they're a little bit older. Or if you get like a super heavy wetter randomly, but it's very rare. Usually how many hemp fitted does one need? So that depends on a few things. You definitely want more than one, just because if something happens during the night and you need to change, and you'll know, maybe you change baby a few times in the night. If you're not getting sleep yet, I'm sorry. If the baby can go the whole night, then just one per night, and however many nights you go between washing, really. A hemp fitted will take a while to dry, so do plan on that, especially if you hang dry all of your diapers. I would plan for like 2 days if you're hanging dry, because they take forever to dry. So plan on, if you're hanging to dry exclusively, plan on like 2, especially if you're in a humid place, plan on like 2 days of hang drying and however many nights you're going in between washing. But really you just need enough to cover those nights. Is it possible my baby hates prefolds? They seem to just get so wet and it makes him uncomfortable. Should I just give up and go for another style? Prefolds are one of those ones. I hated them when I first started with them too, but it's because they're cotton, so you feel that wetness. It's rough wetness. That makes sense. So what you can do is just get yourself a really cheap microfleece blanket from Walmart, like the cheapest one that they have, and cut it up. You don't need to sew it or anything. Cut it up and make yourself liners, and you're going to put the liner on top of the prefold in the diaper, and that's going to give your baby kind of faux stay dry feel, because microfiber wicks the moisture in and kind of makes a barrier between that and your natural fibers, like your cotton prefolds. So that will help a little bit. Changing as soon as they're wet will help. I know that's not the easiest all the time. It will work out, I promise. Just, yeah, if you want to change to a different style, go ahead. But really the only difference that you're getting there is, say, a pocket diaper or whatever will have that micro suede on top. So it's all about that liner on top of the fabric, because cotton, when it's wet, you feel it. So that's why. Where am I here? Newborn workhorses are awesome, by the way. I don't think I said that. You're gonna love them. I've seen a few questions floating around the group about nighttime diapers smelling. Myself also posted one. Basically, the morning diaper pee is really rough and very potent. Yeah, I've checked for buildup. No buildup. It never smells when it's clean and doesn't smell when it's freshly wetted. But in the morning, it's so strong and rough. I usually use the hemp-fitted diapers with a cover because sometimes I dump up Thirsty's hemp in a pocket and they still smell like that. It's not buildup. How do I fix this? It's just the pee. It's like all of the urine from the day coming out and then sitting in the hot conditions all night. It's very common for the ammonia to happen in the nighttime diapers, just because there's so much of it. It's so hot, so humid, and for so long, you're just gonna urine changes to ammonia under hot and long conditions, hot and humid conditions, which is a nighttime diaper. It can be exacerbated by like some health conditions. So if your baby is not drinking a lot at night or anything, so there's some dehydration, or if they're on medication, sometimes that can change things, the acidity level and whatnot. So it can be a little bit health related, but having it only in your nighttime diapers, it's kind of is what it is. That happens just because of the conditions of the diaper. If you want to kind of fix it in a pinch, you can get, what is it called now? I'd have to look it up. I'll post it in the comments after, but there is a spray that you can get that will neutralize it, or you can also spray a little bit of Vigener on it, and I pronounced Vigener wrong. Sorry. You can put a little bit of Vigener on it, and that will change it back to like uric acid. It will change the pH so it's not ammonia anymore. But I personally find that when you do that, it kind of starts to smell like, you know, that dirty bar smell where you're walking behind an alley behind a bar, that smell. It kind of changes it to that. So pick your poison, which you like. But if you spray it, it will help neutralize it and give you a different smell if that's something you like. I wouldn't worry too much if it's only the nighttime diapers. I know it sucks, but I don't have any way to test my water hardness and I need to wash my diapers ASAP. Roll the dice. Try rinse spin the amount of detergent for your load size and washing machine, and I would do another rinse spin because soft water problems are harder to fix than hard water problems. If you have hard water and you have a wash issue, normally you know right away as soon as you take them out of the washer, they don't smell great. If you have soft water, it leads to detergent buildup, which slowly builds up like an ammonia smell, and then you're like, oh, something's not right. You may get a rash first, and then you have to rinse it out for years to try and get all the suds out. So err on the side of you have soft water, because not getting detergent buildup will be better than getting a mineral, it's not clean right away problem. Yeah, do what you can. When is it best to RLR? You only need RLR when you have a mineral buildup problem, which is very rare, and also if you have products building up on them. So, you know, grandma washed them a bunch of times and used fabric softener, RLR. That type of thing. So it's to strip, like you're literally stripping the stuff off of the fabric, if that makes sense. So it's to get stuff off of the fibers. How much cloth diapers should I for my 4-month-old? Okay, so in the group files, I have another cheat sheet for you. This one, it's the Diaper Calculator. So basically, you're going by how old the baby is. So newborn, infant, around 3 months. Baby, like around 9 months, and toddler, like around 12, 18 months. How many you would need if you're changing daily, or if you're changing every other day, every 3 days. I don't recommend going longer than 4 days just because of mold and mildew and that type of thing. But it will kind of give you how many you need. There's an article explaining all the numbers if you need it, also on the website. If you just search how many on the website, there's like a little magnifying glass on one side. If you search how many, it'll pop up and give you a whole article explaining the whole thing and showing you this cheat sheet and everything. So say, okay, let's look at it. So 4-month-old, you're talking about an infant. If you're washing every day, you'd want about 10 to 12 diapers with an extra 3 to cover your washing time. So putting them in the washer, hanging them to dry, that type of thing. So generally around 15 diapers for 1 day. If you're washing every other day, you'd want 20 to 24 with, again, an extra 3 just to cover off that washing, and so on down the line. So it depends how often you're washing, how old your baby is. You can kind of use that kind of grid chart. Oh, I just saw the word clothes, and I just remembered somebody asked earlier about clothes fitting over, the person who was asking about twins asked about clothes fitting over the diapers. Were you the one using workhorses? I don't remember. Yes, especially if you have a girl and you're using the like tight pants, like the tights, you do want to size up usually, because cloth diapers are much more bulkier than disposables. So do size up if you're putting tight pants on your baby. It's just kind of one of the problems that we have. If you want, there's Maxaloons and that type of thing. Big bummed. If you go to Target and Walmart, all of the kind of bigger bummed looking track pants work really well. Those are fantastic. Maxaloons, you can put just the diaper with some leggings and stuff like that. Or if you're using the tighter pants, go up a size. Usually it's more of a problem for girls wearing pants than boys because it's tighter stuff. Even with a baby, it's weird. Okay, so where was I? How much? Okay. My water hardness is 180. Do you recommend a final rinse and spin to get any lingering detergent out? I seem to have issues with not all the soap getting out. I have an HE washer, so it uses a lot less water than I'm used to. Yeah, if you're having issues, for sure, add that extra rinse. Yeah, and adjust it. Adjust your soap if you need to. If you've used worksheet and you're still having a little bit of soap, reduce it further. Like, don't hesitate to reduce your soap. You're going to find out if you're not using enough soap a lot faster and it's a lot easier to fix than if you're using too much. If you're not using enough soap, it's going to smell dirty. You run it through the washing machine again. If you're using too much soap, you're going to have to rinse forever and get the ammonia. It's just, yeah, err on the side of soft water. How do I know when to size up the snaps on one side? On one side's fits all kind of diaper, like my Simple Being. How tight should it be around the belly and the legs? So around the legs, you really want a firm elastic. You want it, in there. If it leaves something called sock marks, like, when you wear a tube sock for like all day and you're putting pressure on your leg and stuff, and then you take your sock off and it leaves little indentations, those kind of sock marks are fine. Like, have the sock marks, just make sure you get a really tight fit around the leg. The tummy, you want to fit a few fingers in there and make sure the whole bum crack is covered. Other than that, you're fine. Don't be afraid to change the size because baby is going to go this way. They're going to go this way. They're going to grow in all kinds of crazy ways. Every baby is different. You might go up in snaps and then you might come back down. It's totally possible. So don't worry about changing your snaps. Just make sure you get the fit and play with it, and don't worry about that too much. It's nice snug fit in the leg elastics. Give some room in the tummy. Can Boom Boo insert sit directly against the baby's butt? Yep, no problem. Follow up about nighttime diapers smelling. Will the ammonia build up over time? If it does, you have a washing problem. I've heard mamas talk about ammonia burns, and it sort of put me off from using cloth at night. Is ammonia buildup a myth? How do we check for it? So ammonia buildup normally happens when you're getting detergent buildup. Just because that detergent, you're not getting the ammonia off of the diaper because of the detergent holding it there. And just the way detergent works, it's going to hold the urine that changes to ammonia over time, and then the other side of it is going to hold the fabric because there's not enough water. So that's why you would get ammonia building up and why you would get the ammonia burns or whatever. If you're getting ammonia that's only for nighttime or, dehydration, medical stuff, that I always have to include that just because I don't want people to always think it's a washing problem. If it's because of that, normally you should be able to wash it out no problem, and that shouldn't be a problem. You won't get ammonia building up or anything because your detergent's washing it off, just like regular urine. It's the same substance, kind of. So if you've checked and you're keeping an eye on your detergent buildup, you should be fine. If you're really, really worried, again, use that beginner spray and just neutralize it. You can also use beginner in your rinse. A lot of cloth diaper groups have their own opinions on that, but you can use beginner in your rinse as well, and that will neutralize anything. Don't use it as a fix all the time, though. Best detergent to use, the one that you're comfortable with that has surfactants in it. So I have a few recommendations on the website and some information for you if you need it. The most important thing that you need to look for is surfactants. So you look on the back of the detergent bottle. I wish I had one here. The most common one is I'm going to pronounce it wrong, lauryl sulfate. That's a very common one. You can look up the ingredients of your detergent online if you don't know what to look for. But that's the most important thing. It must have surfactants, which means you're probably not using a homemade soap and you're probably not using a cloth diaper soap, because those are just they're weak, they don't have surfactants or anything. A surfactant, I was talking about it in the last kind of impromptu live I did, and I realized I wasn't explaining it very well. So a surfactant is an ingredient in your detergent. It's the main ingredient in most detergents, commercial detergents. You can get plant-based ones as well, like 7th Generation has surfactants in it. The Free and Clears, they're all fine. A surfactant is basically, I don't have anything. Okay, but I'm a surfactant, so I have 2 grubby hands. One hand is going to grab onto dirt. It's attracted to like dirt and soil and everything. And the other hand is attracted to water. So you want to grab the dirt off the diaper and grab the water. If you don't have enough water, it can't grab the water. So it'll just grab anything like the fabric, your washing machine, whatever, and hold that dirt there, which is what causes you the problems, the smells, the buildup, and so on. So, but you need a surfactant to grab the dirt and grab the water. Soap doesn't do this. Soap won't grab the water or anything. It'll just hold on to the dirt, kind of make like a film. And then when the water comes in to rinse it, it won't rinse it completely away because it's not, I don't know if I'm explaining this very well, but it won't rinse it away because it's not grabbing it. So soap will kind of leave a film over anything. And your diapers, your washing machine, everything. And that film is just dirt and soap. And that film will build up over time and give you smells and rashes and all that stuff. So soap is a no-go. You need a surfactant in your detergent. The other thing to look out for is if you have an HE washer, you need to make sure that you're getting HE detergent, just because non-HE detergent suds up a lot, and those suds are really hard to wash away. And so you're with a low water condition of an HE machine, it can't wash it away properly. So those are the 2 main things. Get HE soap if you have an HE washer, and make sure it has surfactants in it. Anything other than that is totally fair game. Don't worry about powder versus liquid. Don't worry about, enzymes, which 90% of the time the enzymes are for oil. So unless your baby is bacon pooping, you're fine. Don't worry about anything else other than that. Just whatever you're comfortable with, and it has surfactants. Is powdered detergent better? No. You can go on any detergent website and search around, and the only difference that they validate is that powder, it's because of its consistency, it's better for rough dirt to kind of like cleanse it away that way. And liquid detergent is better for pre-soaking. That's the only difference between them. So if you want to pre-soak something, use liquid. If you have like sand and grit in your washing machine, powder is a little bit better. That's it. That's the only difference. I have soft water, and I've heard having soft water and doing cloth diapers is hard. Yep. I'm very nervous to fail. Any advice or tips that you can give me for having soft water? Measure, 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 measure. We have all kinds of resources on the website and in the group files. We can help you build a wash routine. You'll find it if you go through the announcements. We post it all the time. You have to measure. So you have to measure how big your laundry load is, how big your washing machine is, and therefore how much water it gets and whatnot. What detergent you're using, and the water type, the water softness level that you have. So we can help you. It's called the measure method. You'll fill out this worksheet or a piece of paper just going along with the worksheet. And it will tell you what to do, and you'll have a better understanding of how to make the elements fit together. That's my main goal, is to help you guys understand how all these things work together, so that if something goes wrong, you know how to fix it. You don't have to post on a Facebook group and get 1,000 opinions from 18 different groups that have 18 different opinions about this and that and the other thing. And I want you guys to know how to deal with it so you can adjust. And you know what? Your non-cloth diaper laundry is going to get better too. You're going to find your towels are fluffier and all of this because you'll know how to measure everything. I'm getting tired now. Sip of coffee time. Follow up. Can we get away with just a rinse and spin first, then hot, heavy? Yep, that's exactly what I recommend for both soft and hard water is rinse and spin, and then you do a hot, heavy duty wash with your amount of detergent. And then if you have soft water, you do an extra rinse. Yep, that's exactly what I recommend. You'll see it on the second page of the sheet. So after you fill this out, you'll have a detergent number. This one has one already. Weird. Okay. And then you'll fit it into whatever water hardness you have, and it'll tell you, and that's what it says on it. Should we smell our diapers after washing them to check for ammonia, or any other tips to check for ammonia? Yeah, I mean, always smell your diapers after they come out of the wash. You want to make sure that they're nice and clean. You probably won't smell ammonia right away. It usually only comes once the pH changes. So when your baby pees on the diaper, usually that's when it will hit you. So after your baby pees, if boom, you smell ammonia right away, that could be that's your ammonia problem. It shouldn't smell right away. Ammonia should take at least 24 hours in hot, humid conditions before, could be less in really hot, humid conditions, like in a nighttime diaper or whatnot. But it usually takes some time to get that ammonia smell. It's not instantaneous. But if your baby pees and it's instantaneous ammonia smell, that's your ammonia problem. Out of the washing machine, usually the only thing you'll smell is like a dirty smell if you have the opposite problem. So they're not getting the dirt clean in the washing machine and the minerals. 10:56. I'll give you till 11, but I'm fading here all the talking. I've been using liquid detergent. Is it detrimental? Nope, not at all. So do I need to switch to powder? Nope, not at all. That's other group stuff. If anybody has any information from any legit source that says for any reason that powder is better than liquid for any reason, let me know. I'm happy to say, oops, I missed something, I'm wrong. But there's no information that I could find out there about that says that. And I feel like just implementing arbitrary rules is just pointless. Why are you making rules up that... Don't get me started. I have soft water, but hard cold water. Should I consider my water soft or hard for calculating a detergent? I use a hot wash with detergent, but do a pre-wash, no detergent, in cold, add an extra rinse on cold. So how hard and soft are we talking? Is it like a major difference? Or, because it could be just from pipes and stuff like that too. It could be, do you have like a water softener unit and that's why it's so different? Because that could be like a huge difference, right? I mean, in general, I'm inclined to worry about the hot and heavy wash that you're using with the detergent, because the whole point is to get the detergent rinsed away, right? So I want to know more information just about how big the difference is, but in general, worry about your hot heavy wash. If that's the one that is softer, then adjust for soft. If that's the one that's harder, which would be weird, I have soft hot water. Okay, so yeah, you probably have a water softener, I'm guessing, or something like that going. I'm not sure. I would go with soft if that's what your hot water is, because you're worried about the detergent coming out. And it's much easier to rinse it out during the soiled wash than the other rinses. What to do for hard water? Adjust, just like soft water. If you have super hard water, then you're adding more detergent in. So, because those grabby hands on the surfactants, they'll also grab minerals instead of dirt. So if they're so busy grabbing all the minerals, they won't be able to grab all of the dirt. So that's why you get the dirty smelling out of the washing machine. So you'll have to add more detergent. That's all covered on the wash worksheet as well. It's going to go exactly by how hard your water is. How can I test my water? Someone said PetSmart. Thank you. Yeah, you can get tests online easily through Amazon. I think if you search through all the comments, there's a couple places you can like order some for free. I don't think they're the best quality, but it's free, so why not? Or you can take it to a pool store or a pet store and they'll test it for you. I find pool stores are a little bit better at that than pet stores. Pet stores tend to test for a lot of like fish stuff, and it's not always the water hardness. Thank you for all the information. You're welcome. Add borax. No, don't add borax unless you're over 300 ppm. Or else you're just, borax is so strong. Borax and Calgon are like intense. So they're going to soften your water so much that you'll have soft water problems, because they're going to drop it down to like 0 and less, if that's possible. So yeah, only add borax if you have ridiculously hard water. Okay, and that takes us to 11. We did it. I had fun. I know it's just me talking about cloth diapers, so yeah. That's fun to me. I hope it was useful though. That's it for now. Don't stop posting your questions. This is a group. You're all fantastic rock stars at answering each other's questions. I do try to pop in when I can, but again, it's not been so reliable lately. So that's why I wanted to do this. And let me know in the comments after I close this down if you want me to keep doing it, okay? All right, thanks guys.